views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready. This is the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. I'm Corey Taylor, and I am here joined with probably our most common guest, because he's like, I know.
On my way up here, I was like, how many times have I been on the show?
A lot, but it's because you're always working on so much stuff, and you always have so many things to premiere and say, and my goodness, I think this is probably one of the biggest ones, because it's just been a rush of so many stuff have come out. So, once again, Mr. Joe Lujan from Carcass Studios.
Thank you.
You have been so successful and been doing so many amazing things, and I'm really proud of you, obviously.
Thank you.
And so why don't we get right into it? Because like I said, like truly so much stuff has happened, and goodness, since like the beginning of 2019 to right now. Yeah. So like not even a month in did this happen. Like it's crazy. So why don't you just explain everything that's going on?
Okay, everything. Well, everyone, I guess for those who don't know me, I'm a director, a writer and director. My most recent film is The Immortal Wars. Think of sci-fi action, Mortal Kombat meets Hunger Games, if you guys are into that. And we're getting ready to but premiere the sequel, Resurgence, which is really exciting. But I guess aside from everything else, my other films, Telephobia and Rust 1 and 2, within a month, I think everything has hit, like VOD.
Yeah, it's
everything,
crazy.
Actually.
Everything.
Yeah, so all my films are streaming on VOD platforms right now.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really, it's a big, huge thing, especially now. I know Amazon, it's been kind of like a debate going on right now. They're getting rid of a lot of their independent films, but they just added all of yours. I mean, that's really cool.
Thankfully, I'm truly blessed.
No, that's amazing.
I am truly blessed.
Absolutely. So why don't we talk about all the movies that are on there now, and then we'll get into more of the ones coming out and the ones you're working on. So why don't we talk about like Rust Chapter 1 and 2, and then Telephobia and the Mortal Wars.
So kind of go on the timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Rust, for those who don't know, because I know we've talked about it plenty of times, Corey is in Rust.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
It is basically like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of story. A few kids, I shouldn't say kids, they're like teenagers.
Right.
They break into like an abandoned haunted attraction, and they don't know that there's a cannibalistic killer who lives amongst the walls of the house. It's a very cat and mouse type of story. Gruesome, it has that hardcore, like I say, Texas Chainsaw feel. Yeah. So that one's it started off as a short film, and we shot all in one day.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure you remember that.
It was crazy. Yeah.
We shot the entire thing in one day.
I was thinking about. I think it was the first full feature we ever did together.
I think so.
Sure.
Yeah. Everything was short films before that.
Yeah.
But I think it was a fun process.
Yes.
It wasn't even a full day. I think it was like
6 hours.
Yeah, like 6
maybe.
hours. We shot the whole thing.
Yeah.
We thought it was like we only had the location for that amount of time.
Yeah.
And then we went forward and shot the entire thing in 6 hours. So those who do watch it on Amazon, keep in mind that was all shot in 6 hours.
Oh yeah.
Part 1.
But it still is amazing, and it got great reviews. I know so many people watch and they're like, "That was so good," and my friend was like, "It was so scary, but it was good." I was terrified the whole time. It was fun. It was really.
It's a fun movie.
Yes,
I like the whole
is.
Cat and mouse type of element it has in it. And then when it came to the sequel, when I was writing, people were really wanting to see more of Travis McClinton, who's the killer of the film.
It's very scary.
And it was a fun process to write and expand that story.
Yeah.
And so then the following year, we shot the sequel. I think it was like in 4 days.
Yeah, it was pretty quick as well.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 days. We shot the whole sequel.
Yeah.
And now this year we start part 3.
Yes.
Well, we already started last year.
It's like one scene, I think we were.
We already shot one scene for Rust 3 already.
Right.
Like 2 or 3 scenes, but
Yeah.
we do start full-blown production this fall.
Yes,
So,
very exciting
Yeah.
stuff.
So Rust, for those who want to see it, Rust 1 and 2, you can see on Amazon Prime, and I believe it hits DVD on February 12th.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Oh
that's what
my
I'm being told. So hopefully.
See, I already got it twice, like you said, on Amazon. But now I'm gonna buy it on DVD.
On
as
DVD,
well.
and I think on DVD, what they did was they kind of put the films together. They merged it as one.
Okay.
I believe. I may be wrong.
So like a double feature type.
Yeah,
of
like a
thing.
double
Cool.
feature. So yeah, so that's Rust. Now,
Yes.
a Telephobia. A Telephobia is a whole different story.
It's a whole different.
I think a Telephobia is more of my more personal film.
Yeah.
Like I think I've mentioned numerous times when I talk about the film, it's inspired by true events that happened to me when I was in high school.
Right.
You know, your character, which she does come on in it also. The character of, what's your name?
Meredith.
Meredith. I should know this.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Excuse
Meredith is a reflection of me, I guess you can say. And it's a gruesome film. I think it's more gruesome than
Yeah,
Rust.
it's very gory. That's why I was telling her. I was like, it's a lot. Like,
Yeah.
just be prepared. Like, it's not as much of like jump scare.
Scares.
It's more like the psychological and like
Yeah.
the gross and bloodiness.
So
yeah.
it's very bloody.
Yeah.
Very, very bloody. And that's one thing with a Telephobia. It was more of a self-expression
Yeah.
artwork, somewhat like an artistic revenge to those who wronged me in high school.
There you go.
We'll say that.
Yeah.
It's about bullying. A character is bullied to the extent that she wants to get revenge on those who bullied her and make them live life unattractive. You know, these girls are pageant queens, so they're all about looks and being perfect. In all reality, no one's perfect.
No.
In their eyes, they feel they are.
Yeah.
And I think that was important for me to say that in this film. Be careful with what you do and say. You know, it'll come back and bite you.
Well, you know, even last week we had Little Rook on, and I was telling him about it. Really, what I think is so important about it is, now hopefully no one would do something like this, but I think it makes bullies kind of question themselves and be like, oh, because like everyone knows bullying is just horrific, and even recently I just saw so many more kids have taken their lives because of it. It's just you can't even imagine how horrifying it is. But even if you don't care about the other person that you're bullying on, at least think about yourself, because you don't know what that person's going to do, and they can turn on you. And I think because obviously they're a selfish person in the first place, so if they're not even worried about anyone else, they got to worry about themselves and their lives. So I think that's what's kind of good about a Telephobia, because it's like, oh, that's right, they can come after me, not just
I think the
themselves.
lesson is both in both sides. You know, those who are getting bullied and those who are bullying.
Absolutely.
I don't want people to think like that's. I'm trying to.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I don't like
No,
not
don't
promoting
think
it,
that.
but just think of it that way.
But yeah, you have to think of it mentally that way when it comes to the Telephobia. And I think a Telephobia was the perfect title for the film, because I feel like we all have that.
Yes.
You could be the most beautiful person look-wise, you know, but no matter what, everyone has that insecurity.
Yeah.
You know, that fear of not being good enough, and that's what a Telephobia is. So I think that was one thing that I focused out a lot on the film. But I think I focused also on elements as far as like the costumes, the sets.
Yes, you did amazing.
Thank
I
you.
had to tell you guys, he did that all by himself. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even imagine how you did all that.
It was a process that I wanted to do. I think it was. I saw the vision when I wrote the script, even before, you know, way before when we started production, and it started evolving throughout the years.
Yeah.
And then I would have a vision of, I want the costumes to look this way, and I want the set to look like this. And I mean, how was it? You were in that big red gown.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
In summertime in Vegas, it was great. My character was awesome. I love Meredith. I mean, she's bad. But I like playing with her character and her development and everything. Because I mean, like I said too on the show, I've said this like literally almost every single show. I don't care how perfect you are, how beautiful you are, how rich you are. Everyone has been bullied in some way or another, and it was bullied very extreme in a lot of ways. and I think she just snapped, and I think that kind of shows. And I really like playing with her character and showing what can be.
Yeah.
And it was so, even though it was very difficult filming some scenes because I was in this giant 50-pound costume.
Hot. It was really
in dead
hot.
of summer and no air conditioning because you can't have air when you're filming. So it was a lot, but it was worth it because it was so good, and I think it really brought it to life. I really loved playing with it.
I think Meredith, the way you played Meredith, I think was great. I loved it. I think it was more of a Meredith's character. She's innocent, but then she's not,
right.
you know, and I think that's the way I was in high school. Like, I was bullied, and a lot of people didn't know I was getting bullied in high school. I would hide it, and I would keep it to myself.
Right. I was bullied. Like I said, everyone has been bullied. It was bad.
You know, and I felt like if I would go and tell someone or go tell on those who were bullying me, it's like then those who found out, oh, he went to go tell, then they would bully me. So it's like that fear was always there constantly. Right. And I think also a way I dealt with it, aside from keeping it within, was I bullied sometimes myself.
Oh, okay.
Trying to like lash out, you know, and I mean,
and that's what happens with a lot of bullies. It's a never-ending cycle. It is. It's bad.
And I think that's the part of Meredith of
right.
her taking revenge and torturing these other girls was the reflection of that.
Right.
You know, so yeah, so Atelophobia was mainly that. It's very hostile, Saw type of film, so very gruesome. I think a big step away from what Rust is.
Yeah,
you know?
They're very different type of horror films.
Yeah. So now Atelophobia 2, which I just signed.
Yes.
I just signed with distribution.
Oh, awesome! I didn't even know that. There you go.
I signed with ITN Distribution.
Awesome.
They picked it up. So that one is a different type of sequel.
Yes, it is.
It's a group of fans who enjoy the first film, are so obsessed with the film and the world of Atelophobia that they decide to kidnap us, the director and the cast, and they make a real-life sequel. So that's what part 2 is about, and they make us do some pretty bad things.
Yes, lots of twists and turns. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, the second one has huge twists.
Yes.
Yeah. And the script for part 3 is already complete as well.
Yes.
As far as production goes, I'm not sure when we'll start that one, but everyone will return.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
lots of stuff. And then, of course, Immortal Wars as well.
Yeah, Immortal Wars is way aside from Atelophobia and Rust.
It's not horror in anything.
It's not horror at all. The Immortal Wars is when I was attending a community college back home, I was trying to stray away from the studying and all, you know, regular school stuff. I was sketching and I was drawing as my free time, a little hobby, and I ended up creating these characters, and I created a character called Tricalypse. I started writing. I would sketch an image, and then I'd put it online and write a whole story to that one image, and I did this little comic thing online. Started evolving, and I put that aside, went and worked on my horror films, went to school and all that, and then I was approached by my producers, and they told me, do you have something more family friendly?
Yes, I took my niece and nephew, and they're little, and they loved it.
A broad audience, basically. And I went back and I was like, well, I do have these characters I created, and I brought my past back to now, and I brought those characters to life. Yeah. I brought all my characters, Tricalypse and Iroh and Leo, all those characters are brought to life in the Immortal Wars, and now it became a live-action sci-fi movie.
Yes, very successful too.
Thank you. We've been getting a great response on the film. It's also another story that I wanted to tell, that reflects a lot on the way the world is now, and the way I am right now. You know, these deviants, we call them deviants, people with special abilities. They are captured by humans, and they're outcasted. Basically, they're put aside, and they're treated as if they're not normal, just because they have special abilities. It was again a reflection to the way the world is now, from the LGBTQ community to blacks, white, everything. You know, everything. It was the Immortal Wars is a reflection to that, and how it's a constant fight. Everyone has to keep on fighting for freedom and equality, and that's the main story for the Immortal Wars, just with the sci-fi action twist.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's very good, and I think a lot of people saw the deeper meaning behind it and everything. So
I mean,
that's cool.
some did, some didn't.
Well, especially kids, I think they're just like, oh, cool, superheroes sort of thing. But I think most adults caught it and were able to really tell. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, we're getting ready to premiere part 2.
Yes.
I don't have an exact date yet. It's still being worked on.
But hopefully soon.
But hopefully soon, really soon. Unfortunately, I think the first city that will probably see it, not unfortunately, fortunately, I guess I should say, is my hometown, El Paso.
Okay.
El Paso will probably be the first city to see it.
Cool.
I did it with part 1, and I know I say unfortunately because all the cast is from Vegas, so everyone's constantly messaging and can we see the film?
Right.
Unfortunate for them, but fortunate for El Paso.
Yeah.
But part 2 picks up right where the last one left off. Lots of twists and turns. Eric Roberts does return.
Okay, cool.
Eric Roberts returns, and he has a bigger part and huge twists with him.
Yes.
And your character as well.
Yes.
She's also in the Immortal Wars.
That's right.
She's like my little sister. I have to throw her in everything.
That's right.
So yeah, so that's what all I have so far.
Yes. Well, not all, because also one of the reasons you're actually here as well, and what we're going to be giving away. Why don't you talk a little bit about your comic book?
So I have my comic book called The Vanquishers.
Yes.
We're getting ready to release the next issue in the summer. But I'm excited because I just started my new series, Tricalypse. It's basically the origin prequel story to Tricalypse in the Immortal Wars, before the Immortal Wars. So it's like when she was a kid, when she was a kid, who my niece Destiny Salas plays in the Immortal Wars. And that this is now the series picking up way before that, so it's a kid. And it's debuting at SoldierCon. I will be in El Paso. I'll be debuting it out there, and copies will be available then. But yeah, we're giving some away today.
Yes. So here, why don't we? We have one, and I believe they will be displayed either behind us or in front of us. I'm not really sure where they'll be, but you'll see them around here somewhere. And then here it is in person as well. I don't really want to give it away. Okay, yes. There's something in the back that's cool too that you're gonna want to see. But I will not show.
That's a very top secret project that we've been working on, and we're debuting as well.
It at SoldierCon.
At SoldierCon, yeah.
Then you can discover what's in the back. Ta-da!
Yeah. So like I said, it's a story that I just wanted to tell again, another story. Yeah. So it's another series. So now we have the Vanquishers, and now we have the Tricalypse. Issue 2, I just was told yesterday was finalized. So
awesome.
Issue 2 will probably be out around the summer as well as the next issue for the Vanquishers.
Perfect. Yeah. And then you also have another film that a lot of people are really excited about. You only released a really short little teaser trailer for it, but a lot of people have been talking about it. Why don't you? It's another horror film, so kind of going back into your roots a little bit there.
I am going back to my roots. Yeah. It's called My Little Nightmare. It's the first script I've ever wrote.
Yeah.
I wrote it as
interesting.
It was an assignment when I was going to school, and it's a ghost story. Think of I Know Which Did Last Summer meets The Conjuring, Insidious type of film.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun script.
Yes.
Yeah, I just had a production meeting, a pre-production meeting, I should say, with my DP and crew members, and we have some great ideas.
Oh, cool.
I'm excited to start this one. Yeah, I'm excited to get back to the scares.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Everyone sees how successful the Immortal Wars was, and it was awesome. But you're the king of horror, so you gotta go back. I'm working on it.
Yes, you're doing great. So.
With the Immortal Wars 2, I will say there is some horror elements.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Even in the one,
the first one had that too.
Yeah. But it is more suitable for families because, like I said, I brought my niece and nephew, and they loved it and they thought it was great, and they're really little. So I mean, it still got that little Joe Lujan twist.
Yeah, it has this little. But part 2, I think, has a little bit more.
Yeah.
Not like killing or anything like that. None of that. But it's just more like that suspense, thrills. That horror feel in certain parts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited for everyone to see it. It's been a long journey with this one.
Yes, people are excited. And will there be part 3 as well?
I
know everyone's asking.
I don't know if I can say that. I don't know if I can say that.
Okay.
Maybe.
There'll be a part 3.
A part 3 of the Immortal Wars 3.
We'll see. I think with him not answering, we can pretty much assume.
Maybe.
But
You never know. There is a script.
Oh, okay. Well, then.
I can say that. There's a script.
Well, if there's a script, then you would have to imagine that it would have to be made eventually. So.
I'll be honest. The script for the Immortal Wars 3, the original one was scrapped. I've rewritten the script 3 times already.
Oh, wow.
So this last one, I think, is set.
Okay, we'll see. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I said it. There'll be a part 3. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, okay, so we'll move away from that sensitive topic. And then, so why don't we get a little bit more into Joe Lujan? Okay, so like you said earlier, you've been directing for years now, and you have been so successful, especially lately. Everything's just been coming out, and like it's just been Joe everywhere. So I think a lot of people can learn from you. What advice do you have for young filmmakers or anyone really trying to get into the business? It's a difficult situation. It's a difficult business, but you've been very successful independently. So why don't you tell people a little bit about advice you have?
I think I've been doing this for almost 15 years, 14 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. I think the one thing that I would say is kind of keep on creating. That's one thing that I learned was I would create something and use that as a tool to learn, show it to people.
Yeah.
I'd ask my family, friends, anyone, be crucial. Tell me what you guys thought. Tell me what you hated. And I listened. And I think that's one thing you have to listen to what the feedback is and learn from that. And then work on the next project, do it over and over. I did that for years. I think I hit like 113 short films.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, 113 maybe. But it's been a while. We haven't done a short film.
It's been a
in
while, yeah. I
years.
say due for another one.
I think it's time for another short film. And for advice, though, I think is just keep on creating. Don't let the fear of not being able to do it stop you.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a lot where a lot of filmmakers, they start a project and they don't finish it for whatever reason it is. If they see how actually tough it is to film something, to shoot or production, people get scared. Yeah. I think don't let the fears take over. I was guilty of it. You know, there's a lot of times till this day, even like with the Immortal Wars 3, the fears are still there. I'm terrified for people to see the film.
Right.
You know, but it comes with the territory.
Right.
But I think as advice to other filmmakers and people who want to get in the industry, you definitely don't let the fears take over. Create, and don't hold back.
Yeah.
I think if you have an idea, stand by your idea, believe in it, and see that it gets done at whatever cost you can. Use the resources you have right now to create your vision.
Absolutely. And you've been very successful, and that's awesome.
It's been rough. It's been rough.
Well, of course. And it's never going to be completely smooth sailing. There's always situations and different things that pop up, but you have been just kicking butt and taking names,
another thing to say to them is there's always going to be negative remarks.
Right.
No matter what, people are always going to say negative things about the film. You're never going to please anyone. I think it's just more like brush it off. Don't pay attention to it. I'm saying that now because a few months ago or last year, I was in a rough patch when the Immortal Wars came out. But I'm over it. You know, you kind of get over it and you use that as fuel for the next project.
Definitely. And no, everyone I know loved Immortal Wars, and it got amazing reviews.
Yeah, no, people took it well. I mean, there was a lot of great reviews. You know, there was just a few negative.
There's always
trolls out there.
There's always gonna be. But I mean, even internationally, it's awesome.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
it hit international last week, right?
Yeah,
or 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So.
And all the different cover works were really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I think that was cool to see that. It was one of those moments where you're just like, wow, like that's really cool.
Yeah, and something I also want to mention, because I think obviously people who personally know you know this, but I think it's something that needs to be brought up, because even one of my friends watched the film, and she was saying, Did he do all like the graphic arts and everything and all the special effects? I said he sure the heck did.
Yeah.
I mean, so you can do all that too. I mean, that's like insane. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, most people are either just like one thing or the other, but you do pretty much everything, and you act as well. So I mean, you do everything.
Yeah. I just jumped into the acting in the Immortal Wars 2.
Yes.
It'll be the first time anyone really sees me acting.
Hopefully more soon though.
Yeah. In My Little Nightmare, I'm playing one of the lead roles.
Yes.
So I'm excited for that. But as far as the creation of the film, I'm involved with everything.
Yeah.
From the moment I write the script to my costumes. I make the costumes. The sets, I already know how my sets are going to look. All that during production. And when it comes to post-production, I edit everything myself.
Yeah.
And I do all the VFX and special effects, all the posters, the artwork. I make all that too. So I'm involved with everything. I do all the elements when it comes to making the film come to life. Yeah, it's a process. I think the Immortal Wars 2, it's been a year and a half actually of post-production.
Wow.
Where I've been editing the film.
Wow.
And now we're at the end.
Yes, almost there.
Yeah. But no, I think it's another thing for other upcoming filmmakers. If you want to see something get done, don't wait for someone else to do it. If people are coming up with excuses, if people are not following through, do it yourself.
Yeah. And are you pretty much self-taught, or how did you learn all this? Because like that's very difficult.
Well, with the VFX, I mean, thank you, YouTube. Because I was watching tutorials. I had 13-year-olds telling me what to do. You know,
No,
I was
that's
amazed.
crazy.
There's these kids on YouTube just tutorials on how to make flames explode, and you know, it's insane to see all that. But I learned all the VFX on my own.
Wow.
I look back at the Immortal Wars, the first one. I sit there, I was like, I have no idea how I did that. But I did it.
No, you did awesome. I mean, really, everyone was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like that.
I'm
was
excited.
crazy.
I tried new things for the sequel. With the VFX I did for the sequel, it was, watching it, I'm kind of like, oh, you did pretty good. That's good.
You should. No, and you should be proud of yourself. And I think you're always so hard on yourself. And so, no, and it's, I think, especially in today's society, everyone's just like that. That's how we are, especially with the media and everything.
Yeah.
We're all just so self-critical. But you are really amazing, Joan. You should be so
Thank you.
proud of
Thank
yourself
you.
and truly everything you've
Thank you.
accomplished.
I feel like when it comes to the Immortal Wars, I feel like the film's like on a magnifying glass. Like everyone's expecting the sequel to be even way better, and I think that's affected me a bit. Editing the film, I'll watch something, I'm like, no, I don't like that. It has to be better than part one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The stress and the pressure coming from everywhere, all directions.
Course, yeah.
You know, the cast, the fans of the first one or whatever. The pressure is so heavy that I think that's what has kept me from finishing the film. I think I would have been done last year with it. But watching the film, you know, reviewing certain things, showing it. My family is usually the first to see anything I do before anyone else. And over the holidays, they saw the Immortal Wars 2. They watched it, and I told them, I want you guys to be as crucial as possible.
Yeah.
You guys tell me what you like. Don't be biased.
Yeah.
You know, like this is my career
Yeah,
right here. Like we have
yeah.
to review it. So, and they told me this, but I want to say like 80% of the film, they were like, this is amazing.
That's great.
So hearing that was like, okay, keep on going. Let's keep on moving.
Yes. No, Joe, you're like I said, you're so critical, but you are really amazing and so talented. And I've seen little snippets here and there.
Yeah.
And it looks really, really
People
cool.
only see pieces of the Immortal Wars
Little
too,
snippets.
but
Yeah,
when
looks
people see it,
amazing.
it's an hour and 55-minute runtime.
Wow.
So,
oh my goodness.
yeah,
That's a lot. Yeah.
I'm excited for people to see what's to come. Everyone did amazing. I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I did want to mention, I completely forgot about this, and I think you did too, but while we're here,
Oh gosh.
remember our little series that we did together of
Which
going
one?
through haunted house?
Oh my gosh, yes, that's so embarrassing.
But I think we should continue that, correct? I think we're going to be continuing this.
Yeah, we can. For those who don't know what we're talking about, there's a series we did called, what was it called?
Live Fear?
Live Fear.
Live Fear.
There we go. And basically, over the Halloween season, we did walkthroughs of haunted houses in the Las Vegas area.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not fun.
Oh, yes, it was. I mean, it was really scary, but it was
terrifying.
fun. But
I
it
go
was
back
great.
and I'm like, you're such a wuss.
No.
Everything scares me.
No, but it was really fun. We had a great time doing
We'll
that.
do
And
it again
was
this
good.
year.
Yeah, it was good going around Vegas and seeing everything. And maybe next year we don't even know. Maybe it's around other places more than
We'll
just
go to
Vegas.
some more hardcore haunted
Yes.
houses. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If you guys want to see it, it's on Carcass-Studios.com.
Yes.
You guys can see that.
And so where can people find everything? Is there anything else you're working on of where people can go watch all your stuff?
Right. Okay. So right now, like I say, Rust 1, 2, Telephobia, and The Immortal Wars, you can watch on all VOD platforms.
Okay.
So if you want to stream that, Amazon Prime, you could see them. As far as short films, you go to our website, Carcass-Studios.com. You can see short films, trailers, exclusive content that you won't see anywhere else, behind the scenes, posters, everything's up there. Trying to think, I think that's pretty much it. Okay. Oh, and The Dawning. I forgot to mention The Dawning.
Oh, that's right. Yes, talk about it.
The Dawning is a series. It's an origin miniseries to The Immortal Wars. So it's like all the main characters have their own episode. I think people are watching it incorrectly because people think it's like each one is following a story.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But it's
not.
actually mainly each episode is its own story.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
For those who've seen season 1, the first episode of The Dawning, it's young Tricalypse outside and like the house is burning and stuff. That actually is technically what the comic book is.
Oh.
So now when people read the comic book, you guys will now see what that episode is. So, you know, it's like a lot of random stories compiled
they all
for the season.
go together. Yeah.
Season 3, Corey's character does come out in season 3.
I'm excited.
I believe a character called Typhoid that premieres in The Immortal Wars 2. He has his own episode, and it's if you guys are interested, you guys can check that on the website as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
lots of the website's great. You can see so much, and it's the Prey Theater, right?
Yeah, playing in the Prey Theater. Yeah, that's what we
Yes.
call it. And it's Vultures Prey.
No, I love it. I love it. It's your whole Carcass Studios.
Carcass Studios.
Yes, it goes together perfectly. But so people can check out all your links there and everything. And what about following you and keeping up to date with?
Yeah, if you guys go to on Instagram, which we're live on Instagram now.
Yes.
I can't see if anyone's saying anything.
I think so. I can't read though. We both need glasses.
I'm blind right now, you guys. I'm sorry. On Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram. Same with Twitter and Facebook. Just search Joe Lujan and Carcass Studios as well.
Yeah.
We're on all social media, even our channel on YouTube as well. Snapchat. I'm always on Snapchat.
Yes.
I'm constantly posting. I'm pretty alone, so I post a lot.
But no, you're always doing something, and Soldier Con is coming up.
Yeah,
so.
Soldier Con. Yeah, I'm excited. They've asked me to be a guest, so I'll be going back to El Paso. So those who are in El Paso, head over to Soldier Con, and you can pick up your copies of The Immortal Wars and The Vanquishers and Tricalypse.
Yes.
It's a cool event. I think it's a cool event. Soldier Con is I think it's the fact that it's like for the military and helping that out and supporting that. I think it's important.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, lots of cool stuff. Thank you so much for being on again,
Of
Joe.
course,
And
thank
everyone,
you.
please go. Oh my goodness, there's so much to
There's a
check
lot.
out and review. Get 5 stars.
Yes, if
obviously.
you guys want, go online and review the films. We would definitely appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh yes. Okay. Thank you. Oh my goodness, the
that's a good one.
voice is here. You might hear her slightly. So we are, once again, I won't be showing the back, but we are giving away 2 copies of Tricalypse Genesis. So go, and the first 2 people who message Corey Taylor Talks their favorite character from all of Carcass Studios
There we go.
films.
Any of them, the scary
Any
stuff,
of them. Scary, Immortal Wars,
The
anything.
Dawning, the comic books.
Yes,
anything.
especially you might get bonus points.
I know. I mean, if you choose Corey,
If you choose any of my many characters that you you can go, and the first 2 people to message us their favorite characters, it doesn't matter which one, just say your favorite one. It doesn't have to be me, although it's preferred. And you can go and message, and we'll give out 2 copies of it. So yes, please message us now and get it in. So yes, and thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, please go check out everything, review everything 5 stars, because it's amazing. He's amazing, and everything he's doing is awesome. So please go check it out and support him, and go to SoldierCon too, that's coming up, and keep an eye out for the premiere of the Immortal Wars 2 Resurgence. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you. God bless.
That's it. Push it. Give it all you got.
I'm gonna kill you.
They say we each have a plan. A path that has already been set in motion for us. A path that has an unknown direction. But I, along with other deviants, have already been labeled. We've already been cast out. And each and every single day we fight. We fight for what's right. We fight for our lives. We fight to survive.
Find them and end them. Bring her to me, even if it's her head on a stick.
Dominion has these fake distractions built all over the sector. Once we're inside, we have to be quick. We do this, we expose Dominion Industries to the world. That's the objective.
Hand over triglyphs, or everyday death shall follow.
She's killing us!
What's the plan? Objective 3 will commence. Round 2.
You know, when I first laid eyes on you, I knew you were the one.